Sometimes a cover song was far more popular than the original. The enormous yearly royalties checks are undoubtedly an excellent remedy, but it could still sting a bit for the real owner. Let's go and find out the most commercially successful songs in history. Despacito, by Luis Rodriguez, Ramon Ayala, and Erica Ender. Despacito, which was released in 2017, rose to become the third best-selling song in history. The song's original performers were Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee, and it was composed by Luis Rodriguez, Ramon Ayala, and Erica Ender. In Latin America, it was a huge hit. Shape of You, by Ed Sheeran, Steve Mac, and Johnny McDade. Given how new it is in comparison to some of the other songs on this list, Ed Sheeran's 2017 single, Shape of You, is one of the best-selling songs of all time. Not even a chance for a comeback has been given to it yet. Co-written with British musicians Steve Mac and Johnny McDade, Shape of You sold 42 million copies. Sheeran also won the Grammy Award for Best Pop Solo Performance with this song. Every Breath You Take, by Sting. While touring with the Police in 1983, Sting came up with the song that would become a smash, Every Breath You Take. It spent 8 weeks straight on the Billboard Top 100 chart, and it was eventually imitated in another hugely popular song. Sean Combs, then known as Puff Daddy, created the song, I'll Be Missing You, in memory of his friend and rapper the Notorious B.I.G. This version of the song made $7 million United States dollars alone, and the original version by the Police still makes an estimated $730,000 United States dollars per year. Yesterday, by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. John Lennon wrote the entirety of the iconic Beatles song, Yesterday. However, Paul McCartney is also given credit for writing the song because of an agreement they established to divide writing credit equally for all of their compositions. John Lennon's wife Yoko Ono was his sole heir, so she has received the royalties earned from the song's continued popularity. Yesterday is one of the most played songs in radio history and has brought in an estimated 30 million United States dollars. White Christmas, by Irving Berlin. The classic Christmas song is White Christmas. Irving Berlin, a Jewish composer born in Russia, is thought to be the author. But even though he didn't observe the holiday himself, he perfectly captured the Christmas spirit. There have been many covers of the Christmas classic, but Bing Crosby's version is the most popular by far. Over 50 million copies have been sold, making it the best-selling single of all time. As a whole, the many versions of White Christmas have sold more than 100 million copies worldwide and earned an estimated 36 million United States dollars. Happy Birthday, by the Hill Sisters. The song, Happy Birthday, was written in 1893 by two Louisville, Kentucky, sisters. Sister Mildred Hill was a pianist and composer, and Patty Hill was a teacher. They created the song to amuse their young kids and were both pioneers in the national kindergarten movement. Their song is still being sung all over the world more than a century later. The rights have changed hands a few times, and the song is currently owned by Warner Chappell Music. It earns an estimated 5,000 United States dollars per day in royalties and has raked in around 50 million United States dollars since its creation. It was perhaps most famously sung by Marilyn Monroe to President John F. Kennedy for his birthday in 1962. Candle in the Wind, by Elton John and Bernie Taupin. Candle in the Wind was written by Elton John and Bernie Taupin in 1973. When a second female idol, this time a close friend, passed away, John revised the piece that he had originally written on the passing of Marilyn Monroe. After Princess Diana was killed in a car accident in 1997, Elton John rewrote the lyrics and dedicated the song to her. It became the second best-selling single of all time. The exact value of the song isn't known, but it sold at least 33 million copies worldwide. A few months later, Justin Bieber heard the song in a Colombian nightclub and decided to release a remix. His version was also one of the biggest songs of the year. Despacito sold 24 million copies in 2017 alone. Stand By Me, by Ben E. King, Jerry Leiber, and Mike Stoller. The song, Stand By Me, was written in 1961 by Jerry Leiber, Mike Stoller, and Ben E. King. In the 1960s, it was a huge hit on its own, sung by Ben E. King. It made a serious comeback 25 years later when it was used in the 1986 movie, Stand By Me, starring the late River Phoenix. The song has been recorded by over 400 different artists and earned an estimated 27 million United States dollars. Unchained Melody, by Alex North and High Zaret. For a little-known movie called Unchained, that came out in 1955, composers Alex North and High Zaret created the song, Unchained Melody. The Righteous Brothers later covered it in 1956, and it went on to achieve extraordinary popularity. Its fame increased as a result of the hundreds of other musicians that covered it. Unchained Melody was used in the 1990 Oscar-winning movie, Ghost, starring Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. The song has earned an estimated 27.5 million United States dollars. Oh Pretty Woman, by Roy Orbison and Bill Dees. When it was initially published in 1964, Roy Orbison and Bill Dees' song, Oh Pretty Woman, didn't have a lot of commercial success. The two creators, however, became well-known once it appeared in the 1990 film, Pretty Woman. The movie's success massively increased the value of the song, bringing it up to approximately 19.75 million United States dollars. Writer Bill Dees stated in 2012 that he was still earning between 100,000 United States dollars and 200,000 United States dollars in royalties every year. The Christmas Song, by Mel Torme and Bob Wells. The Christmas Song by Mel Torme and his writing partner Bob Wells is another holiday favorite that has made a lot of money. Every winter, people still sing those reassuring lines about chestnuts roasting on an open fire. We hear a voice, but it's not Mel Torme's. The Christmas Song became a classic after Nat King Cole sang it in 1964. From their creation, Torme and Wells made an estimated 19 million United States dollars. It's ironic that they penned it in the midst of a scorching California summer. I Will Always Love You, by Dolly Parton. Many people are unaware that Dolly Parton was the first person to write and sing the song, I Will Always Love You. She penned it in 1973, and in 1974 and 1982, it twice debuted at the top of the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. In 1992, Whitney Houston covered the song for the soundtrack of her movie, The Bodyguard, and it quickly became one of the best-selling singles of all time. It sold 24 million copies, and earned millions for Dolly Parton. You've Lost That Feeling, by Barry Mann, Cynthia Weil, and Phil Spector. A married pair and a songwriting power couple in 1964, Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil collaborated on a tune with renowned music producer Phil Spector, who was subsequently found guilty of murder. They compose, You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin', which becomes popular. Mann and Weil reluctantly agreed when Spector offered the phrase, and he is gone, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. It ended up being the most iconic line in one of the most successful songs of all time. It was recorded by the Righteous Brothers and became a huge hit in the 1960s. It experienced a renaissance in the 1980s when it was used in the Top Gun 1986 soundtrack. It has been covered by more than 2,200 different artists and is estimated to have earned 32 million United States dollars. In the Summertime, by Raymond Dorset. Mungo Jerry, a British rock band, recorded a song called In the Summertime. Raymond Dorset, the band's lead singer, wrote it. When the bouncy skiffle hit was released in 1970, it sold 31 million copies. Raymond Dorset has said that it only took him 10 minutes to write the entire song. Not bad for an instant hit that still frequently appears in film, TV, and advertising. Santa Claus is Comin' to Town, by Haven Gillespie and Fred J. Coots. Haven Gillespie and Fred J. Coots composed Santa Claus is Comin' to Town in 1954. More than 400 copies of the sheet music had been ordered within a few days of its publication. Numerous artists have covered the song throughout the years, but Bing Crosby, Mariah Carey, and Bruce Springsteen are some of the most well-known. An estimated $27 million USD has been made from it. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe for more information. Please do support us.